Hey everyone, thanks for stopping by the movie Hangout. Whoopi is still employed by Disney. That's the subject of this article, but before I jump into this, before I jump into the juicy details and the drama, if you could go on over and click subscribe, comment, like, I'd really appreciate it. Okay, so this entire situation, a lot of people would say, who cares? Who cares what Whoopi Goldberg says? We should just not even pay attention. She's irrelevant. And look, that's all true. She herself is irrelevant. But the problem is that this situation is completely relevant with the social, cultural, political, I hate to say climate, but that's all I could really think of at this point right now because there's a two-tiered system right now in our culture. If you fall within certain categories with your identity, you are allowed to say, or I should say, the people who make decisions at the top say that you're allowed to say basically whatever you want that is hateful, that is evil, that targets other people, that puts other people down, that dehumanizes entire groups and individuals. That's the problem with this Whoopi Goldberg situation, and it could not be more crystal clear than what happened with what's happening with Whoopi right now versus what happened with actress Gina Carano. And I've said it before, and I'm going to keep saying it because we can't let people forget what happened to Gina. What happened to Gina was she was on a hit show, The Mandalorian. She played a hit character, a character that people loved, that was iconic, named Cara Dune. Really a cool female character, like a legit one that men weren't forced to have to say that they like. It was just there was an organic support and excitement for this character because it was a really cool character and she did a fantastic job and she does a great job. But because she posted a meme that actually is against, I repeat, it's against being hateful and it's against dehumanizing groups of people. And it involves what happened in World War II. So she posted something that is for peace and against dehumanizing people and people who are on the hard left who have all the power in Disney right now, in entertainment and in the media, lied and said that she was in favor of hurting people. And everyone knows it isn't true. They know it isn't true, but they just hated her because she spoke her mind and she didn't fall in line with the with the orthodoxy and this new religion on the left of victimhood, and some people are greater than others. So basically, the religion of intersectionality is what she is a heretic towards. She rejects it, and they basically canceled her. They destroyed her. Luckily, she's going to be making films with the Daily Wire, which I think is fantastic. But Whoopi Goldberg, in contrast, actually said horrible things. She's not canceled. She's not fired. She has a two week paid vacation from Disney, the same company that fired Gina. And she didn't really even apologize either. So let's go to the article. Currently trending on Twitter is the topic of Disney having fired Gina Carano from the Star Wars series, The Mandalorian, in regards to comments about Jews in the Holocaust, but not Whoopi Goldberg, who found herself in the hot seat for comments made while appearing on ABC's The View. Goldberg made a comment about how the Holocaust isn't about race, which is insane because every kid in grade school, I learned like in the second grade that the entire reason for the Holocaust was about race. Every little kid learns that. And I didn't go to some ritzy like private school. I went to a regular public school, and you're taught that. And yet she doesn't even know that, or she doesn't want to know that. That's crazy. So Goldberg has been suspended from The View for 2 weeks. Effective immediately, I am suspending Whoopi Goldberg for 2 weeks for her wrong and hurtful comments. ABC News President Kim Goodwin said in a statement, which is a network owned by Disney. While Whoopi has apologized, I've asked her to take time to reflect and learn about the impact of her comments. The entire ABC News organization stands solidarity with Jewish colleagues, family, friends, and communities. So Gina ends up trending on Twitter, obviously, because she didn't say anything mean about people. She actually was in support of people. But she was fired for supporting people, which is crazy. In regards to Gina Carano, Carano was fired by Disney a year ago for a social media post comparing political oppression to the Nazi treatment of the Jews in World War II. And Carano responded to the treatment of Whoopi Goldberg and herself on Twitter as follows: 2 weeks to slow the double standards. I love this because this basically plays onto the whole 2 weeks to slow the spread. But there are totally, anybody that says they're not double standards is a liar. There are, and they know they are. She goes on to say, I want to send blessings and love out to the Jewish community. When I was being smeared, canceled, and misunderstood, it was a Jewish man, Ben Shapiro, who reached out and asked if I'd like to talk about it. Maybe Whoopi Goldberg could talk to Ben. Conversation over cancellation. So even though Gina was dragged by Whoopi, Gina still says conversation over cancellation. Fans and various media figures are also calling out Disney. Check out the tweets below. Whoopi Goldberg has since apologized and retains her position on The View. So she's not going to lose her position. And there is also talk behind the scenes that Whoopi is furious at ABC for making her have to do a fake apology. Just imagine that. You say something horrible, and your ego is so huge that you don't want to do an apology, but you still get to keep your job. And then all these other people didn't even get to keep their job. They're just basically cast out in outer darkness, and you're still mad. It's ridiculous. So Whoopi Goldberg since apologized, and it says, on today's show, I said the Holocaust is not about race, but about man's inhumanity to man. That's an insane statement right there. I should have said it was both. To be honest with you, I don't think Whoopi should probably be talking about it at all, but whatever. And then the ADL, I guess, stepped in and said some things. But a lot of people here on Twitter went crazy. Don Jr. said, why is it that Roseanne, a Jewish woman, gets canceled for off-color remarks, but Whoopi gets a total pass for anti-Semitism and downplaying the Holocaust? That's true. I can't help but notice that only people on the right face consequences. Very true. Ryan Kinnell from RK Outpost. He's got an awesome channel. He's really a big inspiration. I like watching this stuff. He says, once again, Disney is making it clear there's a double standard for employees based on their political opinions. Whoopi Goldberg gets a slap on the wrist for something far worse than anything Gina Carano got fired for. 100% true. Drunk 3PO says, double standards for Disney employees. Gina Carano was fired while Whoopi Goldberg gets a 2-week vacation. 2-week paid vacation, too. The big dog, liberal privilege is real. People are asking why Disney fired Gina, but only suspended Whoopi. Well, I can tell you the reason why is because Gina is an independent. I think she's politically independent. She has all different types of views and will talk to anybody. Whoopi is not. Whoopi's hard left and really hateful. DD Cobra, I like this guy. He's super cool. He's from Geeks and Gamers. A lot of people are telling me I should watch the most recent episode of Book of Boba Fett. I appreciate it, but I simply don't have any interest at this point. I know who showed up. I'm glad people enjoyed it. I stand with Gina Carano. And then DW Entertainment, Gina Carano is trending because Disney and ABC have double standards. Real Daily Wire only has high standards. This is your reminder that Gina has a Daily Wire movie coming out this year. They can't cancel us if they don't let them. Gina Carano, very true. Then we got a lot of other people. Tim Young, who's hilarious. If you're confused as to whether or not liberal privilege is real, do a side-by-side comparison of how ABC handled Gina Carano versus how they handle Whoopi Goldberg. And that's so true. And it's also true what Don Jr. said about Roseanne Barr. I mean, Roseanne Barr says silly things, but I mean, she's a comedian. That's her brand. She's not hateful. I don't think she's obscene in any way. But they kicked her off her own show, and they renamed her show. It's crazy. But just watch. I guarantee it. I guarantee that Whoopi will be back on The View. If she herself doesn't quit, I guarantee they'll let her back on. But let me know what you think. Do you think Whoopi will be back on The View? Do you think ABC will let her have her spot back? Comment below, let me know. And as always, if you want to get future rants, reviews, or original content, click subscribe. Later.